Good afternoon, fellow Plexers. This is my third video for my buddy Joe, who's using the Synology NAS, and he's having trouble adding this media from 2006. It's an opera. And he's got things named correctly, but his structure is, sorry Joe, it's abysmal. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But you don't know better, and you will after this. So, it's on your Synology NAS in volume 1. But you didn't get the memo that you should not use any uppercases for folder names or spaces or underscores. And Plex doesn't need things sorted. So you've got a media share called Public XL. Should all be lowercase. And then in a redundant way, you have a subfolder called Shared Videos. Now maybe shared media, all lowercase, no spaces, as your shared folder name would work, but this is just redundant. Then you have movies, and then you have music and performance, then you have underscore artist, and then you have the, I don't know, see the conductor with a comma and his first name last. And then you have underscore by, and then underscore operas, and then you finally get to your correctly named folder and file name. That's why it's not matching. All this nonsense. So let me show you what will work for you. And mine is a little bit more complex than what others do. So if I back up, here's my Synology NAS, my DS1520. Here's all my real Plex media, just in a media share simply called Plex. So Plex itself, when it installs as a package, creates this folder. And you notice there are uppercase letters, but there's no spaces. Well, for the media, don't use anything uppercase. So here's my test server. Media PD, lowercase, and that's the network share. And then all you need to do if you want to do some sorting to have multiple libraries is to create a sort folder for each type of Plex movie libraries. Movie-libraries, no uppercase letters, no spaces. Other-libraries. Photo-libraries, TV-libraries. And because it's unlikely anyone would want multiple music libraries, I've taken that into account and simply named this folder music. Now, I did put the actual music library in that folder, but the music could go at this level because you're not likely to add another music library. So that just explains why that's named differently. So inside the movie-library sort folder, I have my actual separate Plex movie libraries. Documentaries go in here. And then you return to uppercase and spaces. And naturally, I use the source ID and all the folder names. And while you don't have to, I use it in the file names also. So if I go into movie-stage, here's this movie. And look how you've got this O with the, is it umlauts? I'm not sure what that is. This all works and scans properly. If we come back to, well, let me do this. If we come back and do a comparison, so I've got my main shared folder, Media PC. I've got my library sort folder, and then I have my actual library folder. We're just nested 3 levels deep. You're nested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8 levels above your media. You are throwing roadblocks and obstacles in front of your path for Plex to work properly. But again, you didn't know, now you know. It's not hard to fix, but you'll have to rescan all your libraries because your structure is atrocious, unfortunately. But if you want to move forward without problems, this is what you really need to do. So Plex found this no issue at all. Let me just take this out of here and I'll put it in my kids' library. Let's see. Oh, I don't think I created a kids' library on this test server. So let's add one. So this is running in a Docker container, and I've set up my aliases differently on this from my other Synology NAS. My other Synology NAS just has one path in the Docker container to all my Plex media. In this setup, I use 5 different paths. So this is the path to the movie libraries, and then the kid library. Let me change this. I always change the collection size to 2, add library, and if we look, all this test media scans in properly. So, no issue scanning if you don't have all the bad folder structure blocking you. So let's go back. Paste it back into this one. So you see the trash can icon. Now things are a little slow because it's also scanning things in that library. If I back up, go back into the stage library, and it's there. So it scans perfectly well. You just really need to get your directory structure repaired, and unfortunately that means scanning all your media again, and there's ways to do it that you won't screw up any collections you've made, but with your directory structure it's going to be funky, but you can do it. So if you need that help, I'll do a video on that for you also, and you can basically point, well, I mean, I have to do the video. If you create the new structure and copy your material over, if you have a live performances library that's pointing to this goofy structure, you can also point it to the new good structure, and once Plex scans everything in, that'll preserve any collections, and then you can remove this old path. So let me know if you need help with that other project. It's not really hard to explain. I can do it visually and get you going with that. Everybody else, thanks for watching, and Joe, good luck. Let me know how you'll make out.